All right, so it's Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. Robin, can we start with roll call, please?
Thank you. We have Mayor Sally Russell,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Bruce Abernathy,
Here.
Councillor Barb Campbell,
Here.
Councillor Jenna Goodman Campbell,
Here.
with Councillors-elect Melanie Keebler,
Here.
Councillor-elect Anthony Broadman,
Here.
Councillor-elect Megan Perkins,
Here.
and Councillor-elect Rita Schenkelberg.
Here.
All right, we are going to move forward with the Administer oath of office. Judge Gwen Moore is here.
Good evening. It's my honor to swear in the new city council members for the city of Bend. It's my understanding that you will all be taking the oath concurrently. So when I say state your name, I'm going to pause, give you time to each state your name, and then we'll continue with the oath. All right, so please raise your right hands. I state your name.
I'm
Melanie Keebler.
Megan Perkins.
Rita Schenkelberg.
I, Anthony Broadman.
I, Megan Perkins.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
You can say this part together.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
All right.
know too.
Do solemnly
Do solemnly swear
Always swear.
that I will faithfully perform
that I will
That I will
faithfully
faithfully perform
the duties of city councillor
the duties of city councilor
for the city of Bend
for the city of
for the
Bend
city of Bend
and support the Constitution
Why?
and support the Constitution
and the laws of the United States,
and
and the laws of the United States,
the state of Oregon,
the state of
state of
Oregon,
Oregon,
and the city of Bend
and the city
the
of
city of
Bend
Bend
during my incumbency.
during
my
my incumbency.
incumbency.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for your service to our community.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, congratulations. Yeah. Oh, what a it's a COVID moment.
That was way better than without family.
We had a little family in there.
That's what I mean. It was better because the other way we wouldn't have had any family.
Right?
That was great. Congratulations. Great to be working with all of you. So the
Yay.
next step on the agenda is the selection of the mayor pro tem. So I would now entertain any motions.
Mayor, I would nominate Councilor Jenna Goodman Campbell to serve as Mayor Pro Tem.
Second.
Councilor Broadman, second from Councilor Campbell. Any further discussion? We'll go for should we go for a hand vote or a roll call vote? We'll go for a hand vote. So all those in favor, raise your hand, please. Looks unanimous to me. All right, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Councilor Goodman Campbell, it's a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.
So this is a celebratory night, and the last piece of our agenda is just for each of us, and I will start, and I will ask the current counselors for just a couple minutes of comments, and then I want to go in and really give our incoming counselors an opportunity to speak. So what I'm just going to say really quickly is that I want to welcome everyone and recognize how exciting it is to have and be working with an incoming council and with a new council. It's a new year and new opportunities, and we've had a tumultuous election season in our country, and we've also had some moments in our community, and it's really a relief to get to this point and to be all working together. there have been a lot of transitions coming out of 2020, including pervasive damage to our economy, the never-ending struggle to achieve social justice, and the overwhelming tragic specter of COVID-19. And of course, we are here virtually tonight because of COVID-19, which is what the kinds of meetings that we've been holding since sometime in March. But we are here because our country and our city depend on democracy and the solid process of democracy taking place in our community and in our country. And tonight, the gathering together and the swearing of a new council is also a celebration of democracy. So I want to thank everyone in our city of Bend who stepped forward and voted for the candidates and supported these people to serve our community for the next 4 years. So thank you. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Councillor Campbell.
Oh, thank you so much. And I really am just so pleased to be here. Again, this is my 4th council, I guess it would be, if you consider that a council really only lasts 2 years. You don't know what's going to happen after the next 2 years. And I am just thrilled. I am so excited about our new members of City Council. I am so happy to see that after decades and decades of councils that were mostly men, now we have more women, which I think is only fair. I just think it's going to be an interesting and exciting council, and I can't wait to get started. Congratulations to everyone who worked on the campaigns. Nobody wins on their own. We only win with the help of dozens, hundreds, thousands of people. And so I want to say congratulations to all the people who worked on all of the campaigns and to the voters in Oregon themselves. We had a great turnout. That is not true in every state. And the more people participate, I think the better the results we're going to get. So I feel like we've got a good footing under us to start. Congratulations to all of the new counselors. And thank you so much to all of the outgoing counselors for their service.
Thank you. Councillor Goodman Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor Russell. I am just so thrilled to be here with you tonight, and it's almost overwhelming thinking back over the last couple of years. Sitting in council chambers, obviously, it was a lot different being sworn in for me in 2019, holding my daughter. But I do remember listening to the Central Oregon Children's Choir sing beautifully, and just having such a strong feeling that the future is bright for our community. And I know that with all of you leading alongside of the existing counselors, the ongoing counselors, it's just really such a wonderful example for our community, and especially our young people and our daughters, for what's possible. So thank you all for the effort you've put into getting here. Thank you for the effort you're about to put into serving. We all know it's not going to be easy, but I hope we can have fun and get a lot done. So let's go.
Before we move over to celebrate and hear from our new counselors, I'm just going to take a moment to Councillor Abernethy, if there's who you are, the bridge that brought us to this meeting today. Thank you for your service as Mayor Pro Tem. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this meeting before we turn over to our new counselors and hear from them?
Well, thank you. Thank you, Sal. I'll be very brief here. Using Barb's math or sort of the equation, I have actually been through 6 different councils and having served on for 12 years. It is an incredible opportunity, and I am thrilled. I'm excited. I want to congratulate all of the new counselors and just and to tell Sally and Jenna and Barb how much I enjoyed serving with you. I think for the new counselors, you are in for an incredible experience. There will be highs and there will be lows, but that's how you grow. And the extent to which you sort of jump into it with both feet, and I know that Eric has got you guys running already. There's a ton to learn. It's a pretty steep learning curve. But you know, from my chance to talk and meet with each of you, I think Bend is in very good hands going forward. You really will have an opportunity to see, and with Sally and Jenna and Barb, helping you to learn, like, what is it that the city is already doing? And quite frankly, the city is doing a lot already. And you get to figure out, what do we continue? What do we modify? And what are some of the new things we want to bring to the plate as we reflect the will of our constituents and our supporters? I guess the final thing that I would say, and people have certainly heard me say this before, is as the sooner that you can move beyond campaigning mode and really being sort of responsive and dependent upon your supporters. I think we see what's happened with that, certainly at the national level. The sooner you can move beyond campaigning mode into governing mode and really find ways of learning and meeting different people and different businesses and organizations and different perspectives in the community, it will be a learning experience that I think will really help broaden and put us on good stead going forward. So, but again, I'm thrilled to have you leading Bend. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Abernathy. All right, gosh, I had to figure out, I think I'm going to move through this alphabetically with the new counselors. Again, it's congratulations and thank you for choosing to serve our community in this really important role. I'm going to start with Councilor Broadman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you to Councilor Abernathy for those kind words. I want to say to the city of Bend that tonight is the culmination of so much of your hard work. And I am grateful to the people who helped me sit here tonight, my wife, my daughters, my parents, my sister, my law partners, our incredible employees, our incredible clients, including the Cow Creek Band of the Umpqua Tribe of Indians, who I know are watching tonight, just texting me, and our entire village of supporters. I would not be able to do any of this for our city. None of us would if it weren't for the sacrifices you have made and you continue to make every day. I'm really proud to be a steward for the land that we call Bend. I'm proud to hope to rise to this occasion. And the people who are here now and the people who will be here in the future. This position, as I see it, is pretty simple. Once you get to tonight, along with the incredible staff of the city of Bend who do the hard work of running this city, it is really on us to answer one question: how can we make this the greatest city to live for everybody? And the purity of that mission is simple, it's profound, but I want you to know that we take it very seriously, and what an honor it is to serve you, and the depth of the responsibility I feel in this undertaking. In our region, we are a shining city on the river. We are a focal point, and with that focus comes great responsibility. It brings great scrutiny. It requires a need for leadership in our region, and I feel that. And I expect the city of Bend, the people of Bend, to hold us accountable. We have great challenges ahead of us: muscling through COVID, keeping teachers and students safe, home affordability, housing our unhoused neighbors, generating great jobs and economic opportunities and recovery for workers and small businesses, ensuring the promise of our city is available to Black people, Indigenous people, Latino people, Asian Americans, immigrants, the LGBTQ community. We have to connect our city, not just as a community, but physically. We have to connect our city through the most progressive transportation system possible, one that matches our expectation as the people of Bend of 0 traffic deaths and our obligations to the natural environment and the global climate, and one that honors the people and the place of this bend of the river. Thank you to the past council. Thank you to Councilor Piper. Thank you to Councilor Mosley. Thank you to Councilor Livingston. Thank you to Councilor Campbell, Mayor Russell, Mayor Pro Tem Jenna Goodman Campbell. I also want to thank the staff again of the City of Bend and the men and women of the Bend Police Department and the men and women of Bend Fire and Rescue for their tireless work. I am very excited to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, shoulder to shoulder with all of staff and all of council to serve the entire City of Bend. And I'm honored by your trust and ready to get to work. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Broadman. Councilor Keebler.
Thanks, Mayor. So first I want to say thank you to my family, my friends, my colleagues, people I just met this year who supported me during the incredibly unpredictable and stressful time that has been 2020 for our city and for our nation. I couldn't have done this without the support, of course, of my husband, my young daughter, my parents, my awesome campaign manager, my fellow candidates who are on the screen, and all the people who volunteered their time and their effort on my behalf. I'm so honored that people spent their time and their effort to help me achieve this goal. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who was involved, who voted for me, who supported my campaign. Like my fellow new counselors, I'm sure I struggled a bit to come up with words to say tonight. Today is a great day for our city. It's a historic day. It's a day to celebrate and a day to start our very important work for the city of Bend. But today is also a very dark day for our nation. And we saw an insurrection in our nation's capital today in an attempt to undermine and overturn our democratic election process. We can't make the mistake of thinking of what happened in Washington, D.C. today is disconnected from what happens here in Bend. And I want to help us move towards healing and progress, but we can only do that when we acknowledge the racist past of our state and of our city and truly listen to our neighbors who are still experiencing the impacts of racism here in Bend today. We have to do more than just say that we're promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have to live those values and set priorities to achieve real results. And I want people watching to understand that the image of a Confederate flag being proudly waved in the halls of our Senate chamber today, an image that made me sick to look at, is a result of white America's failure to confront the fact that the creation of our nation and our state that we're in right now is rooted in white supremacy. We have to dismantle it at every level. So I'm honored to be elected to a position where I can help to lead Bend in that work and in our other work as we try to find solutions for the challenges that are facing our growing city. I wanted to just speak to some of my guiding principles that I hold as your elected counselor and that I hope that you, the people of Bend, will hold me accountable to as I do this work for you in this elected position. I believe that Black Lives Matter and that saying so is not a political statement, but it's a human rights statement. I believe every human being has a right to shelter and a home. I believe no one should go hungry in Bend and no one should freeze to death on the streets of Bend. I believe we are in a climate crisis and we as a city must act to combat that crisis. I believe workers in Bend and everywhere in our nation deserve fair wages and fair benefits for themselves and their families. I believe that if we work together and care for each other, we can defeat COVID and move through this pandemic. I believe that Bend can and should and hopefully will be truly a welcoming city for our neighbors who are LGBTQ, Black, Indigenous, Latinx, Asian Americans, immigrants, and people of color. And finally, I believe that Bend can grow sustainably in a way that creates shared prosperity for everyone here, and that we can plan as a city council and as your leaders in local government for better housing affordability, protecting our environment, improving transportation options. We can do all of this while retaining the qualities about Bend that we all love so much. I truly wish that we could be meeting in person right now. It's still imperative that we take this virus seriously, that we wear our masks, that we social distance. Thank you everyone who is tuning in tonight and who worked so hard to make this moment happen. I'm really, truly grateful for your support, and I will do my best to build a better Bend for all of us as your city councilor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Keebler. Councilor Perkins.
Thank you, Mayor Russell, and thank you to the existing councilors for your incredibly kind words. I'm so happy to join you, and I'm so honored to be a Bend City Councilor, especially today of all days when our democracy and our system of government is at a true crossroads. I studied political science and I worked in government because I love our country and I wanted to work on making a difference, and that's why I ran for city council. I believe in our city, and I believe we can be a model for good governance and can affect positive change. And I am so thankful to be given the opportunity to serve, and I take the trust that the voters and the residents of Bend have placed in me very seriously. I look forward to working for the residents of Bend, my neighbors, but I ask one thing of you: please hold me accountable. If I'm not doing my job listening to all of the people of the city, if I'm missing key information, if I'm not responding to you, if I'm speaking from a place of privilege and not seeing the reality, hold me accountable. If I could ask one more small thing, I ask that you do it with some kindness. I promise to treat you with respect and listen to you. Please do the same with me. I think we can all do with some kindness these days. My goal as your counselor is to work on a Bend that is safe, equitable, and affordable for everyone. That means creating a comprehensive plan, not a Band-Aid for our unhoused population. Finding our housing gaps and creating goals and systems ensuring that we can have a Bend where everyone can afford to buy or rent. Building complete neighborhoods, addressing equity gaps in transportation, dealing with congestion, improving our transit system. Working with the police to make sure that every one of our residents feels safe. Creating better access to our city and our city council. Sharing power. Dealing with our racist past and creating an equitable future, and improving civic engagement. Creating a task force to find childcare slots for our youngest residents and partnering to make it easier for new childcare businesses to start and succeed. And of course, doing everything that we can to support our local businesses, workers, and economy during COVID. Even on a day like today and a year like this year, because apparently 2020 hasn't ended yet, I am so excited about all the possibilities that these next years hold. And I'd really like to thank my entire family for their support. You are such an amazing cheering section for me. Excuse me. My kids, Sam, Lily, and Jake, for understanding when their mom couldn't do virtual learning because I was doing a campaign for them. My husband for seeing me incredibly distracted and listening to me babble about key city issues all night long. All of the people who let me bend their ear and ask questions about important topics and share their knowledge with me. I'd like to thank the Quad. You know how I feel about you. And all of you for trusting me with this role. And because it needs to be said by every single person that looks like me, Black Lives Matter. I see this role as a partnership with all of the people of Bend, and so I really want us all to work together to create a better future. Thank you so much.
Councilor Perkins, thank you. Councilor Schenkelberg.
Thank you, Mayor Russell. Thank you for that. Thank you to the outgoing counselors, and thank you for the sitting counselors. And thank you to the Quad. We did it. I offer gratitude to this land that we stand on right now and the Indigenous people who don't get to live here right now. They are the foundation and they are the reason we are here. I offer gratitude to my ancestors, because they made sure my butt made it in this seat. I offer gratitude to my family, friends, my campaign collective, all of the political nerds that helped me sort through the policy, all of the community leaders who explained many things to me and shared their opinions, and so many others. I offer gratitude to the residents of Bend. We did it. You got us elected. And I am so honored. As a queer person of color, imagining being an elected official was not even a dream. And so to be sitting in this seat and to be working with humans who see me and humans who are willing to take accountability and work towards being more equitable and saying Black Lives Matter very clearly makes my heart sing. It makes me so excited to be sitting here and to learn and to lead. I can't wait to have conversations about bringing equity to policy in every aspect: economy, transportation, housing. Every single part of what the city does, we can make more equitable, and we can make it more accessible to all of the humans that live here and the future humans who will live here. We will honor and steward this land. That is what you heard from all of these counselors-elect. And we are going to continue to try and strive and work our absolute best. And to echo what Counselor Perkins, that was so cool, said, please, 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 please keep giving us feedback. If we miss something, please tell us. Please keep the lines of communication open. And I am just so incredibly honored. Thank you all. Thank you for everyone on this call. And we really, really, really did it.
Thank you, Councillor Schenkelberg. So what an honor to be here with all of you tonight. And I know, and thank you as well for working so hard to learn about our city through all the orientation meetings, the hours and hours that you've attended to really learn about this community. So when you swore in tonight, you were ready to hit the ground running and really working for our community. So thank you. So with that, I'm going to close with these words. There has been a great deal of attention paid recently to what our democracy means, especially today. Tonight, while we reaffirm that our democracy is greater than any individual or party, we also acknowledge that the strength of our republic starts with each individual. And that we are elected representatives for all of those individuals, the very foundation of democracy. So thank you all very, very much. I'm going to turn to Councillor Campbell.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good. Take care.
Congratulations.
See you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Bye. Thank you, Jenna.
Bye.